I thought the actresses were fantastic, and I was watching it to see whether I wanted to, if I could add anything, or if and I was supposed to be the guy who was going to add a comic boom to Darren's amazing storytelling and his sensibility and my sensibility together. And the moment where the door that you saw when Big says absent blank and closes the door and she's left in the street like she got punched in the stomach, that moment made me go, oh, I don't know what that is, but I've never seen that before, and it's really interesting. And it's watching that spark, that little spark in the possibility. And I personally think that's why the show's been able to grow, is because we watch them like a hawk. We watch the sparks of what opens up, and then we chase that for a while. And it's all about finding these impactful, emotional things that you connect to, and then just trying to lay it into stories and stuff. But from the beginning, it was a great secret. We did, Darren and I laughed, and Jenny Bix, who's here, joined us on the first series, the first season. She wrote a script, but primarily it was Darren and I in a room saying, can we say that? And then if I made him laugh, we would put it in. We would assume that that's the test. If he snotted on his keyboard, then we would try to do it. And the very first table read, I remember when they were reading the cab scene. I remember every one of their faces as they were reading it, blushing. But that excitement of, I can't say this.
I didn't blush.
No. No, that's right. You never did.
Never.
Oh, they did.
We're still blushing.
Her and her, not these two. But the giggling and the ridiculousness of actually putting a voice to these thoughts and saying them out loud made the whole scene then when they filmed it. It was one of the very first scenes we filmed in the series. The tension created such a giggly tragedy of
Wait, and do you remember that we didn't want to say it? It was 4 o'clock in the morning. We were in that old cabin. I didn't want to say it until we got there, like in rehearsal. I didn't want to say it. I was just dreading it. She didn't want to peek. I didn't. And then the first time when we said it, I said it wrong. Do you remember this? Because I couldn't say it. It was terrible.
So, I mean, it was like, so from the beginning, it was just a big gamble. We would look at each other, and my first awareness that maybe something people were going to like was when HBO took all of our scenes from the episodes from the editing room and cut together a commercial, and it was just boom, 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 and I thought, this might be funny to people. And it was on, we were done before it was even on the air. We didn't know whether we'd see each other again.
We finished the whole first season before we ever went on the air, so, you know, in a very nice way, we were sort of just blindly, had no point of reference, and we certainly didn't know how the audience was responding. And because this was what we thought to be such a new and unique voice, we couldn't look to any other program, comedy or not, drama, and say, well, that worked on that show, and this sort of, you know, for this particular group of people, and this didn't, and we really had no point of reference. And when I think back, I think how thrilling it was to be really just, you know, working for people that basically said, here's a fairly generous amount of money to shoot on the streets of New York and go do the best you can do, and then we'll share it with the American public. And it was nice to have it be, at that point, it was kind of a pure experience.